What's up? This is MetalSquidTheater. Well, you know what? If you watch the show, you know our names. Go ahead, Ethan. Make the announcement.
I'm pregnant.
Yep. Oh, no, all right. So, go ahead.
Well, this is our first
Louder.
review of 2013, and we're going to start with our very first concert review. And we both went to different shows at the Ram's Head in Baltimore.
Hell yeah.
Who did you see?
I saw Kicks, and the opening band was a local band called Wasabi.
I saw Killswitch Engage with Shadows Fall, Periphery, and Akaro.
I'll have you know I'm very jealous because I almost got to go to that but didn't get to, and I still admit he got a signed shirt and I also got one. I don't know if you can see it hanging right there on the wall, signed by all 4 members, but anyways, he ended up only going to that one, but I still got to go to the other one with my other friend Zach the next 2 days later.
Awesome.
Yep. Alright, so go ahead. Tell us about it.
Well, first of all, this club, the Ram's Head, I'm sure you'll agree, it's a really nice club. Just, I don't know, it was like the perfect size. I never felt like I was cramped.
It's got
into an area.
It's got like bars everywhere and restaurants and TVs, and then you've got the main part in the middle where all like a miniature arena kind of where all the the best fans like stand in the middle and stuff. And then there's a staircase where he was, and then I was on a bar to the right for my show. It was just a good place.
Oh yeah, and so the show itself, I'll go in order from what the bands played. I hadn't heard of Akaro until I saw the posters for this tour, and they were decent. I'd listened to some songs from their album, and it was okay, but nothing too special. And I'd say the same thing for the show. I mean, they have a pretty good presence and a really good live performance, but I don't know, they just seem kind of like a watered-down version of the great New England metalcore bands like Killswitch Engage and Shadows Fall. And for the most part, it was a pretty nice performance. Now, one little note. While I was watching them, I was sitting so that I'm here, and there's a staircase right here going down. I was in one of the upper levels. And I looked down the staircase, and Brian Fair is walking right up. Brian Fair from Shadows Fall, their vocalist with the really, really long dreads, he just walks up and stands right behind me. Now, I didn't want to interrupt him. It was dark, and he was enjoying the show. He didn't look like he wanted to be interrupted. And he was with some girl, probably his girlfriend or his wife. I don't know.
Or some chick he got backstage. Yeah!
And so he's just kind of standing there. And I just think it's so awesome that I was so close to him and his awesome hair. But back to the show. Next up was one of my favorite bands of all time, Periphery. And they had an amazing set. It was short, but it was amazing. And they played so many great songs from both of their albums, and they just have this really, really good fun presence, just dancing around, having a good time, and it was just great. They were joking around, and just very, very social with the fans between songs, and it was just a really fun set for them. And after that, they had a few members go down in front of the merch table and meet and greet fans. When I went down, Nali, Misha, and Jake were down there. And by the time I actually got up to meet them, I only got to meet Jake Bowen. And that was great. He was a really nice guy. I took a picture with him. I'll share that on our Facebook page if you would like to see it. And just a really nice guy. And because I met him, I missed like the first third of the Shadows Fall set. But once I got back up, I mean, it was a very good set. They played some good tracks off of their latest album, Fire from the Sky, and they did Thoughts Without Words from I'm sorry, I forget the name of their second album. Yeah, it was just a great show. I love Shadows Fall, and just a really good set from them. Of course, some good big dreadlock headbanging action. And after that, Killswitch Engage comes on, and they kill it.
That's why they got the word kill in their name.
They just come out. They just have this, just like Periphery, they have this very fun aspect of their performance, but their lyrics are so serious. They're so rooted in like love and relationships, and not only that, but just kind of like just very serious and positive lyrics, and that just, they made it work so well, and it's just such a fun performance. Their guitarist, Adam D, he is crazy. He was wearing this weird, colorful, like multicolored bandana, and he had these really short shorts on, like this, and he was like prancing around on stage like a little boy, and he was just. All the other band members were kind of standing there, just kind of moving around, like headbanging. He was like shooting all around and like running around the stage, like a madman, like a crazy person. And it's so fun to watch. And then he like hops up and down. He like puts both his feet together and jumps up and down, and jumps around. And he really gets into his performance. And he's so fun to watch. And they played probably my favorite album by them, between that and The End of Heartache, but Alive or Just Breathing, they played that album all the way through live for the 10th anniversary, and it was fantastic as usual. Every track they nailed it perfectly, just like the album. And then they also played some songs that they played with Howard on the albums, like they did The End of Heartache, My Curse, This Is Goodbye, and Rose of Sharon. And overall, just really good show, and I was very impressed.
Alright, so as I told you, I saw Kicks, and I'm going to first tell you, I love Baltimore itself, because I mean, before we went into the show, we got a hotel room and walked around the harbor and all this stuff. So we go in, and it's kind of packed. And this opening band is called Wasabi.
One question.
Yeah.
Did you see Gay Street?
Yeah, I did. I pointed it out to Zach, and he didn't see it. That might be the street that the hotel is on. I don't know. But anyways. So this opening band's called Wasabi. As you can imagine, they're a bunch of Asian dudes, but honestly, they were really good. If you like Motley Crue and Kicks and hair bands and stuff, you would like them, because they sound very hair bandish. And I gotta tell you, one of the singers, he was the bass player as well, had hair that was this high, like it was curved up, like the shape of the moon, and ended up here. I'm like, whoa. So they did a few originals, they did a few covers, handed out their demo CDs, and overall, I'd say they were pretty good. I got some pictures of the guy with the hair. I don't know. They're on my Facebook page, but I don't think I have them on the MetalSquidTheater page. But one thing I gotta say, their other singer, I guess he would have been the guitarist. He sang actually the majority. He wasn't as good as the bassist, but overall, it was awesome. And it was funny because since they're a smaller local band, they only had like half the stage, because Kicks had all this other shit in the back that they covered up with tarps and stuff, because you weren't supposed to see it while Wasabi's playing. So they're just like up here in the very front with not a lot of space to move, kind of jamming out. Here's my favorite part. The guitarist, halfway through the show, takes a samurai sword. I don't know how he did this, but he rammed it through his guitar, right through it.
Whoa.
Like, one stab. Yeah, I didn't even tell him about this yet. I almost forgot. I
That's
can't.
awesome.
He stabs it. He takes it, just stabs it right through, and paint, representing blood, of course, shoots out into the crowd. And the singer goes,
Whoa.
he's like, anybody who got some red paint on you, you can go up and pick up a free shirt. I'm like, killer. So anyways,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was a great opening show. I liked it. Zach liked it. His dad liked it. We liked it. Anyway, so now when Kicks comes on, they took fucking like 45 minutes to get out. I don't know what was taking so long, but it took entirely too long. So, but between those 45 minutes, the crowd got bigger and bigger, and before we knew it, we were kind of claustrophobic and shoved to the front. Thankfully, it was the front. But so right as they're starting, you know that the intensity in the room is going on. You can tell, oh, they're about to come out. They released the Kicks sign in the back. They've got their drums open. All the stuff that they had covered earlier is coming off. And the singer comes out on a damn walker. And we're like, what? So he sings his first song in the walker, and then tells the crowd what's going on, how he threw out his back, and he got rid of the walker and sang the rest of the show without it, and did his weird dances that hair bands like to do the rest of the show. I don't know. But before I saw this concert, I really didn't even know Kicks, nor did I like them, but Zach and his dad were a big fan of them. And they told me I could come with. I'm like, of course, it's a concert. But now I do like some of their stuff. Blow My Fuse is my favorite album by them. That was the closing song, by the way. They seem to always close by that. Zach even called. He's like, I know it. The song's gonna be Blow My Fuse next. I'm like, cool. But anyways, it got to the point where these guys behind us were getting so close. We thought they were trying to pickpocket us, and they were trying to steal our spots. So eventually, when we saw a lot of the show, we went back to one of the restaurant bar areas where you can chillax, and we watched the last like 3 songs on one of the TVs and had some sodas and stuff. The guy at the bar, he gave us drinks for free. Like, as soon as we came up, he had our Cokes ready. I'm like, dude, nice. But as far as the show goes, like I said, the music was good. I like Kicks now. Even though they're pretty old, I like the way that he sang. The guitarists like to get up on these little boxes that they had on stage with the Kicks logos. Like, he'd just stand up there, and the crowd's like 2 inches from him, and they're all like trying to touch his feet and everything. I think someone accidentally got kicked. I can't remember. Got Kicks. Yeah. And I don't know why, but there were a lot of fat ladies down there. There were like, me and Zach would look from over the spot where we were, because we were like, I don't know, 20 foot from the stage, up in the air kinda. We looked down and there's like 3 freaking blobs. I'm like, yep, of course. So, as I said, I loved the show. It was the whole thing. I mean, being in Baltimore, getting our room, the fact that it was a club show, not an arena show, and now that I'm into a new band, I loved it all. And we spent the night there. And like I said, I would have very much loved to go into the Killswitch and Shadows Fall show. I don't really care for Periphery, and I've never even heard of the other band. But
neither did I.
Yeah, but Shadows Fall, they're possibly my favorite metalcore band. So I would have loved to see them. I mean, Killswitch, they're pretty good too. Like I said, I got the autographed shirt, but
Killswitch probably is my favorite metalcore band.
It would have been great though if I could have seen that show too, and I'm jealous of him that he got to see it, and I still got to see Kicks, so I'm happy. And we hope you enjoyed our first concert review. We don't get to go to concerts as much as like Weekly Metal Reviews does and stuff.
Not at all.
I'm always like, damn, how do they do it? And I wanted to go to Mayhem last year. I might go to M3 this year. Oh, it's just crazy. But thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.
Gay Street.